Hello and welcome back to Let's Play Pokémon Blue. I have a name and so do you, and now that we are introduced, it's time for me to give a glass of water to the town guard so that he will now let me go through the road. Literally, the only reason the road was closed is that the guards were thirsty. As soon as they were sated... See, look, there was no reason. There wasn't even a road. They just weren't letting us through the building because they were thirsty. These people, frankly, should be fired and maybe even taken to court because shutting down travel like that on such a massive level would cause all kinds of problems. What if I needed to get to Saffron City Hospital because I'd been mauled to death by a rabid bear and I had been resurrected by a necromancer and needed to go to the hospital in order to get reconstructive surgery so that I could live among normal people with nobody being any the wiser to the fact that I am actually a wraith. What if? So anyway, I've gone to Mr. Psychic's house and I have been given the super OP move of OPness, Psychic. It will wipe out confusion forever. There's no need for any psychic move except for Psychic. Not only is it super powerful, it also lowers the special stat of your opponent most of the time. And given that Special is a single stat in Generation 1 which accounts for attack and defense, that basically means that not only is the enemy weaker to my Psychic attack the next move, his moves, if he is a special attacker, are weaker as well. Therefore, Psychic is just fantastic and amazing. And that is the end of my train of thought. So, like the crazed gunman I am rushing around town reading all the signs, trying to figure out what's what. Apparently Saffron belongs to Team Rocket, which I had not heard about. I think this is just something they have decided. What do you want? Get lost. No, you get lost. You're in the way of things. Boss said he'll do something. So, as you can see, there are two gyms. What the hell's going on? Is this the real life? Is this just fantasy? Well, one of them is a fighting dojo rather than a real gym. You see, the lore, the backstory, if you can call it, of Saffron City, is that there were two gyms who both competed by way of Pokemon battle to see who gets to be the real gym. I think the fighting gym was somewhat shortchanged in this idea. You know, let's decide who gets to be the gym via a battle. One of you is weak to the other type. There's only one way this can work out. Really, they should have gone for a coin toss, but alas, they went for the battle, which means they are just the newbie gym of noobness, who have no badge to give, but who doth, of course, can provide one with either a Hitmonchan or a Hitmonlee. Just one of the many ways this game ensured that you won't be able to catch them all. I have turned up my volume, so hopefully I wasn't horrendously quiet for everything that's just happened. If so, I apologise, and I will cry 1,000 tears, 1,000,000,000 tears of sadness. And so, I hear you're good. Show me! Where did he hear this from? Does my fame preclude me? So he wants to fight, he has a Machop, could easily be a Machoke or even a Machamp. I mean, how easy must it be for people in-game to get, like, Machamps, Alakazams, Golems, all of that good stuff. They just walk up to somebody, give their Machoke to someone, it evolves, take it back. Easy peasy for breezy. Which is, of course, a quote stolen from Day 9, as have many quotes have been stolen by myself, because that guy is the shit. So, nothing tough frightens me. I break boulders for training. Well, you might break boulders for training, but I break you for fun. So he has a Primeape. It is big, it is scary, it is angry, it's... What are its hands doing? They're sort of weird angles, like it's flouncing across a meadow. Angry meadow flouncer. I am thirsty. Give me a second. Oh, that's the stuff. Give me some more of that. Oh, sweet life-giving water. I don't care if you are mostly reconstituted piss. In fact, entirely, that's what you are. But I love you anyway. So, in fact, if we get technical about it, that wasn't even a word. If we get technical about it, this water probably originated millions upon millions of years ago from the stars themselves. Just like every cell in my body, I am a star person. And this man is not a star person, so I am going to annihilate him in short order. His name is Black Belt. His mother had a weird sense of naming people. This is a Hitmonlee. It has a big foot and a little foot, and it doesn't let its big foot touch the ground, because if it does, it'll fall over, because its big foot is so much bigger that if it stands on its big foot, the rest of its body will just sort of be dangling awkwardly in the air, and bad things will happen. So I have leech seeded it. I am going to attempt to poison it for no particular reason. I just want to hold off on using Razor Leaf, even though Razor Leaf is incredibly OP with Venusaurs, because you wouldn't think it. Grass starters are usually quite slow, especially when compared to the fire starters. The fire starters, Twisted Fire Starter. Anyway, Blastoise I think is the slowest starter, but still, Venusaur, you wouldn't think he's fast to look at him, and yet he has a base speed of 110, which is really quite fast, and given that critical hit is linked with speed in Generation 1, there, you see it. Razor Leaf on a Venusaur has a 100% chance of critically hitting. Also, something that I now cannot unsee since Pokememes pointed it out to me, or Pokememes, Hitmonchan looks like a Togekiss flying in front of a Doduo that is squatting to have a poo. Look back at that sprite. I mean, it's easy to see when they recolour it for the purpose of the meme, but it is there. It is there. There is a Togekiss, there is a Doduo, there is stuff. So I'm choosing Hitmonlee because he is just more useful than Hitmonchan. I know what you're thinking, but Hitmonchan can use the elemental punches, fwa! But in Generation 1, because there was no special physical split, the elemental punches are actually really useless for Hitmonchan, and it's in fact Alakazam that wields them with impressive gumption. More drink! The more time I have to drink, the less time I have to talk, and so I am exploring Saffron City. It is very square and riddled with corruption and evil that I shall soon cleanse with the cleansing power of 1,000 angry rhinos. Heal your Pokémon. Pokémon Center. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. Fast motion, all of that good stuff. Once I go back to playing Pokemon Black and White on an actual DS, I will wonder how I'm going to survive without fast motion Pokécenters, because my god, Pokécenters. We know what a Pokemon Center is, we've visited one thousands of times. By coming here, it's implied that we want to heal our Pokemon. You don't have to explain what a Pokécenter is and then ask us if we want to be healed every single time. Just do it wordlessly and we'll be on our way. So, this is the Sylph Company building, I think. I've forgotten. I think it is. I think. Yes, it is. It's the Sylph Company building. It's full of evil. The rockets have completely taken it over for some reason. Some reason indeed. And we're going to, you know, tell them to fuck out. Hey kid, what are you doing here? Well, I've come to tell you to get the fuck out. But of course, they have Golbats and Zubats and Rattatas and Raticates and Coughings and Grimers and all of those good rocket Pokemon. But I have a Venusaur, so what are you going to do about it, Hobags? You're going to try and confuse me, but that's not going to work because Bobbins is unconfusable because, well, he's confusable, but he doesn't let it get him down. He fights through the confusion and gets the job done, not like Forensic. I've got my eye on you, bitch. So, it is time for Jazz... No! It's time for Pixon! I have decided that Pixon is the best choice for this job. And yes, I am hopelessly lost. Why the Sylph Company decided to stick teleporters all over the room, I will never know. Pardon me, that is what happens when you drink and talk at the same time. So let me just... Gosh, help me, I do love the water. So, Cubone, it's dead, and so's the Zubat. Tough! Money, more money. That is the order of the day. Angry whoa! Super fast motion start. We've got the Flash in the building here, and he has sent out a Magnemite, which I will annihilate using Pie-Die. Yay! Magneton, one of my favourite Pokemon because it's basically 3 Magnemites, and I really like Magnemite, so having 3 of them is just good. And I'm sure I've already told the story of why I like Magnemite so much, but I'll tell it again. It's because I had a Magnemite toy as a child that was good, proper fit in your hand, Magnemite size, and it was just really fantastic. I think I might have... I can't remember where I got it, actually. I can't remember. I mean, it was probably a crappy, cheap piece of plastic, but in my nostalgia-filtered childhood memory, it is just this super amazing, perfect replica of a Magnemite that is just utterly fantastic in every way. And that's what you want, really. No, it's not what you want. What you want is real Pokemon. Admit it. Real Pokemon would just be amazing, and I don't know much about the multiverse theory. The internet, who are, let's face it, experts on everything, tell me that the multiverse theory means that there is essentially a 100% chance that there is a universe out there that contains Pokemon. In which case, we need to invent a multiverse transporter, and we need to get to that universe. Because, Jesus. But then, that would be a dangerous endeavour, wouldn't it? Because if there's a 100% chance that there's a Pokemon with universes in it, then they're probably trying to hint at the fact that there's a 100% chance of every universe existing because there are infinite universes, in which case that does mean that there is a universe where the aliens from the Alien tetralogy, not quadrilogy, because that's not a real word, even. Slap in the face. Let's learn to talk properly. If that sounded horrendously loud on the headphones on the recording, I would like to inform you that no self-harm has gone on. That was a light tap, just possibly amplified. So, anyway. I'm rambling, but that's good, because let's face it, I'm just beating rockets up, and how many times can you commentate? I'm killing another coughing. I'm killing another coughing. Yeah, no. So yeah, the Alien universe, wouldn't want to go there. The Half-Life universe, though that would be a universe with Gordon Freeman in it, which would be fantastic, it's also not a universe you really want to live, because, my god, I hate trains, and there is so much train travel in the Half-Life universe. My god, the trains. I don't like trains, they're just so obtuse. And the tickets. The tickets. I distrust anything that requires tickets. Unless it's something like a film, or a play, or something where you're getting the tickets minutes before you have to use them. It's fine by me. But anything with the potential for loss, it's just doomed. So that's 2 universes I wouldn't want to go. Another universe where I wouldn't want to go would be the Mass Effect universe. That's not looking like a great place to live right now. And the universe in which the plot of the film The Hottie and the Nottie are actually real. Which, as I think about it, is probably this universe. So, in conclusion, we do need to invent this transporter. We need to get the hell out of here and into Pokemon Land. And as soon as we do, I am going to find me a Lotad, going to evolve it into a Lombre, and then a Ludicolo, and I'm just going to live out my days dancing with it. Okay? Okay. So, I've been informed that I need to show Team Rocket a little respect and not blab on about multiverse transporters for 10 minutes straight. So I will show him respect, and I will completely pay attention to the beating I'm about to give him. So, Hypno has disabled my Thundershock, but that's fine. I can cherry tap him to death, as I have just done. Whew. I need to stop drinking. It really makes me start to choke. So, cough, 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 cough. I have some money. Money is good. It can be used for things. Zazrataz is back on the tables, which means that the Team Rocket people are about to be annihilated because they mostly have poison types. The fools! Why they would mostly have poison types when they are a terrible type, in Generation 1 anyway. Later generations, it's kind of like Dragon and Bug and Ghost, actually. So many types in Generation 1 are just screwed over by a lack of decent moves. Poison is one of them. Come later generations, poisons can pack a real powerful punch. Pah. But in this generation they cannot. In this generation they can sort of lightly tickle you, hopefully annoy you to death. So this man has psychic types, including the god-awful Mr. Mime, who I maintain, out of all 5 generations, is still the worst designed Pokemon. Yes, that includes ice creams. Yes, that includes rubbish tips. Just Mr. Mime is just... phew, Jesus. Oh, goodness. So, without further ado, allow me to be silent for a few seconds. Thank you for allowing me to be silent for a few seconds. Woo! We study Pokeball technology on this floor, and I am also super fast, just like every scientist in the building. I am super speedy, super amazing, super fantastic. Oh yeah. He is Electro Boy. And I'm using a flying type. This can surely not end well, but... you tried so hard, you got so far, but in the end, you're still just a Pidgeotto. So... Igra will sort them out, because Igra is amazing, especially since he has been given a more reliable move in the form of Swift. It's not as strong as Slam, but it is guaranteed to hit, which is what you want out of life. A bit of certainty, bit of a guarantee. In today's troubled times, certainty is much appreciated. So, I hear a kid was wandering around. Hello, it's me! Look at me! I'm right here! Yay! Oh. I'm gonna Swift him. And that's the end of the Arbok. He's out of here. Boom! As you said, Mr. Rocket. As you said. So, Bobbins will now... Whoa! Where am I going? Have I met this scientist? I don't believe I have. Scientist, teach me your ways. Your Pokemon have weak points. I can nail them. They call me Mr. Nail. So, sorry. Super critical hit Razor Leaf of awesome. Now cut does that, cut does that, cut does that. I almost wish that past gaming had the foresight to check out how much damage Razor Leaf does, even to a poison type, because if it's a guaranteed critical hit, it'll probably do something. So, you hammered me! Oh, you said you'd nail me, I beat you, you said I hammered you, I'm getting the motif here, well done, it's nice to have a motif. If I had a motif, I would like it to revolve around sweets. Not food, just sweets. Very specific field of knowledge there. Actual sweets, you know, fizzy, gummy, chewy, hard, and all of the things in between. I think that would be a great motif. I could, let's see, what would be a good battle line? I'm gonna murder you just like a Werther's original does when you try to eat one and they go right down your windpipe and you die instantaneously, which happens to 100% of people who eat them. Admittedly, it's not a very concise battle cry. I will have to sort of fine-tune it, get down to the real centre of the statement there, and sum it up in one snappy line. When I get there, it will really fizz. Ha! See what I did there? Fizz, sweets, I'm a genius. I'm a genius who has in no way at all been talking absolute bollocks for 21 minutes, but talking absolute bollocks is what this series is all about, let's face it. Just like my Skyrim series is all about going "Hah!" and my Half-Life series is all about going "Ah!" and my StarCraft series is all about saying mutilisks in a really bad West Country accent. Dead Space, what was that all about? I've forgotten, it was a long time ago, but point is, every single series has a very specific focus, and the focus of this series is to have no focus whatsoever, and in the last couple of episodes it seems to be more about smacking my finger with my other finger loud enough that you can hear it. That is becoming a thing. I really, just looking at myself now, I gesticulate a ridiculous amount doing this, considering that none of you can see me, but my hands and arms are waving all over the place. It's like I'm sort of weaving a voodoo spell. Speaking of which, there is a Golbat. I don't know how that relates to voodoo, but they look scary, and voodoo is scary, so I have grown to level 36, which requires another glass of water. That's another thing this series is about. Talking bollocks and drinking. I drink so much in this video series, it's ridiculous. That's why I don't do too many episodes of Pokemon a day. If I do, I will die due to water poisoning. That's just how ridiculous it is. And so, you're causing us problems. You're causing me problems, so I am going to get rid of you the only way I know how. Psychic. So, well, he's not dead. He's just sort of standing there dejected. I have a card key. I literally don't know when I got that because I've been rambling on for ages, but I have a card key, which means I can now unlock things. I wonder if Sylph is finished. I wonder too, but I think it won't be finished. I think this will probably be bad for PR, you know. Just like when Sony, their PlayStation network, that got a lot of bad press when it was hacked into and all of the credit card information was compromised. Likewise, I think a lot of people will lose faith in Sylphscope, knowing that they can be taken over by an incompetent terrorist organisation at any given moment, when literally a 10-year-old could beat them. That's never good for your company image. Especially when you're making Pokemon-related products, although I don't know too much about the products they make. They've got the Sylphscope, which allows you to see ghosts, which is an eerily specific product, and I don't think one that they've built their entire company on, so they must just make general things. That's as far as you'll go, ha-har-fa-har-pa-dar, and that's as far as we'll go. That wasn't a word. That's as far as we'll go, viewers, because I'm running out of time. The video is apparently ending mid-battle. No, the battle has finished, which means the video is finished. Thank you for watching. I will see you later.